Well, hello folks, and a very warm welcome back to the Red Arrow, even if it is a little bit of a chilly day, hence my jumper. Also welcome to a video that I've been trying to find my way towards making for quite some time. I just really haven't been able to find myself in the right spot, I guess mentally in one sense, to make it. And also I want to try to have some kind of a narrative here so that I don't go wandering off into 20 different tangents. So for those of you that do not know this car, because it hasn't been on the channel recently at all, this is a 1996 BMW E36 Saloon. It was originally equipped with an absolutely clapped out 1.7 turbo diesel engine. I undertook the, challenge of converting this car to electric drive basically as cheaply as I possibly could, whilst also trying to make it something that people could replicate reasonably. And I called it the 1,000 euro E36 build. And I'm going to come right out here and answer the question that has been asked just again and again and again about this particular vehicle, in that, did I really convert it to electric drive for 1,000 euros or less? And the answer to that is yes, I did. Now, did I cheat a little bit from my original plan? A small bit, but I don't think it was significant to discredit the whole, premise of the build. But I think realistically, whether I built it for 1,000 or even 2,000 euros really doesn't matter too much. Because what we were really trying to get away from is this notion that you need to spend an awful lot of money to get yourself behind the wheel of an electric vehicle. I mean, I don't know why, but I've been doing this for 11 years now. And I can remember back, even before I got into my first build, looking at these conversion kits from America, circa 2007, 2008, and they were, even minus the proverbial lead acid batteries, you were talking something like 15 to 20 grand just to get the bits in. We're in a very different world now, and that is a good thing. And even the paradigm has changed underneath me quicker than I've been able to keep up with it. So much so that the road that I took, if you will pardon the pun, with the E36, like the DC motor, manual gearbox, DIY DC motor controller, all that kind of thing that I was doing to really beat that cost down, is pretty much not, is pretty much not relevant now. We're in a time now where we're just starting to see the availability of particularly Toyota hybrid components that are just massively changing the way that we can build a budget EV today. And that's really what I wanted to talk to you about. And that is, how would we go about doing a build like this today again, as in, 2 years later? Would I put a DC drive on a manual gearbox? No way. There is just so many better ways to do this. So I don't want to make this video super long with me talking away here. But there is a question that I'm trying to, I guess, get my own head around. You see, my plan for next year is that I'm going to write a book. And I'm going to write a book about how to convert a vehicle to electric drive, using these kind of budget-based components. So in order to do that, I'm wondering, would a sensible approach be for me to take this car and simply convert it again? Not that I need to be doing that with, you know, half a dozen vehicles here that both need me to look after them and also continue converting them. And I mean, every vehicle that I've built has been pretty much a budget build anyway. But I guess that's one thing that I'm trying to work out. I'm trying to decide whether I go that route or whether we do something completely different. Welcome to the world of unscripted Damien videos. So, folks, point being, this car is, as I said, hasn't really featured, but it's going to feature again very soon because I'm going to do something with it. And it's a very relevant concept that we're trying to just get a message out there, and I tried to get it kind of out there with this car. I think I kind of succeeded and failed at the same time. I think I succeeded in getting the notion of a budget build out there, but I think the way that I did it, unfortunately, left it on the fringes, shall we say. So my kind of feeling is, do I go back and revisit this and make it a more modern build, like with a Toyota hybrid gearbox in there, you know, Hubner open inverter, AC dual motor controller system, higher voltage battery, you know, charging using a Prius inverter, DC-DC with a Prius inverter, and we kind of rejig it a little bit, and we call it the, you know, rather than the 1,000 euro super budget build, well, we call it the 2,000 euro economy build. And we say, look, you know, this is what we can do now. This is, we can get a, you know, we can have all the things that we like to have in our cars. We can have performance, we can have range, we can have creature comforts, we can have all these bits, and we can do it on, you know, a cheap second-hand car budget. So do let me know in the comments section, please. This is one time that I will ask you to comment what you think that the best route forward for me, either with this car or with some of the other builds, would be, because what we're really trying to do is to kind of break the, you know, this kind of thing that I just unfortunately hear too much of, that it's, you know, it's kind of six-figure builds. Of course, you know, if someone has the desire and the resources to do that, of course do that, but for the rest of us that just need to get down the road, then yeah, let's try to make that happen. So that's the red arrow, folks. Do I drive this car? I guess yeah. I mean, this car is road legal, it's a workhorse. Unfortunately, you know, it doesn't get a lot of love, but I hope that's going to change. It needs a headliner, definitely. I'm just trying to psych myself up to doing that. Also badly needs a paint job because wow, yeah, lacquer peel. And my kind of dodgy sill repairs and all those kind of things need to be fixed up. So yeah, she's still here. She runs and drives, folks. Like I said, I got her in under the budget. Little cheat. And what was that cheat? Because I know the question is going to be asked. And that was that I did at the very end, rather than do a DIY charger, I had a Brusa charger sitting here on the shelf and I just needed to get the car driving, so I pretty much threw that charger in there. And if we had gone to buy that even second hand, that would have popped us definitely above the €1,000 budget. But I guess I call it a success, because if I hadn't cheated on that, if I'd put my own time and kind of resource into that, I would have been able to build a DIY charger. I've done them in the past and we would have indeed came in under budget at that point. But it's just, as I said, not particularly relevant now because of the fact we can use a Toyota Prius or a Toyota Yaris and a 50 or 60 euro inverter as a 22 kilowatt charger. So okay folks, we're gonna come back at this whole budget EV thing. I'm gonna listen to your thoughts. I'm gonna listen to some of my own crazy thoughts, even though I probably shouldn't do that. And we'll try and make ourselves a bit of a roadmap between ourselves. So this is it. Red Arrow kind of revival, Red Arrow revival, reawakening, update, rebuild possibly, but definitely just wanted to update you all no matter what. So I'll leave it there. I've probably rambled on way more than I had planned to, sorry. So we will leave you at that. As always, dislike, unshare, unsubscribe, but please do comment, because I do want to hear back from you on this one. And links in the description, folks, to the usual suspects: Patreon, PayPal, Open Inverter, GitHub, and JLC PCB, and all those other things in there. So do please check those links out. And until then, pretty straightforward one this time. Happy budget EV building.